I'm finally driving a Subaru pickup, called many names all around the world. We'll get into that shortly. But this video is sponsored by Jackery. Stick around for some more novel solutions to Jackery power. But yeah, this is the Brumby in Australia and New Zealand. It's the BRAT in America, which stands for Bi-Traction Recreational All-Terrain Transport. I think they had the acronym before they came up with the word somehow. Yeah, like I say, just here, Subaru pickup pretty much was how it was marketed. It's based on the Leone, which is the Subaru saloon range. This is the third generation Leone, so also available as a hatchback, very rare. I know of at least one in this country. An estate, can't remember the last time I saw one of those, and a four-door saloon, which I think I have seen at Japan Classic Sunday in the Netherlands. Speaking of which, that event is coming very, very soon, so make sure you get to it if you like Japanese metal. That show is amazing. But yeah, I'm really pleased. Never driven one before. Really looking forward to it. So it's a car-based used, it's the El Camino from Japan, and indeed it was the boss of Subaru America who was like, I think there's a real market for something like this. So Subaru came up with the goods. Never sold on the home market, only sold in export markets from 1981 when this third generation Leone was introduced, all the way through to 1994 when the Leone was kind of replaced by the Legacy and the Impreza at that point. But a fascinating thing. So this is the second generation pickup. There was one on the second generation Leone as well, exceedingly rare. Not sure I've ever seen one of those in the metal, but it's a bit of a project, this one. The owner is moving to Scotland, and here we are in Wales, not too far from me. So I'm kind of jumping in before the restoration's finished. I'm having a look around, I'm taking it in. It's a very personal vehicle. His kids have made drawings of it. It's been in the family a while. They absolutely love it. So it will be going up to Scotland with them. But yeah, I'm keen to find out how it really drives. And we'll start by having a look under the bonnet. As we look at the engine bay, we find the original colour. Yes, it was beige. And I must give a shout out to my friend Briffon, who might be watching. He lives up in Cymystwyth, and he has a beautiful beige example of one of these. But this kind of more represents what they were like, a little bit scabby in places, probably miscoloured wings. It's how they were, because people just tried to keep them going. But flat 4 engine, very compact. So the engine ends about here, so it's just that bit there. And Subaru just went their own way. No other Japanese manufacturer was really going for front wheel drive with a flat 4 engine. But there's the gearbox. Of course, it's not just front wheel drive, it has selectable 4-wheel drive. Otherwise you couldn't have the badge. So it's front wheel drive as standard, but it will drive the rear wheels when required. So it's a 1.8 litre engine, producing an amount of power. Let's put that power figure here because I've forgotten it. And you could actually get in some markets a turbo version. So those thinking the Impreza started the turbo revolution, no it didn't. It actually began much earlier in Subaru's life. But yeah, we've got spare wheels stored under here, and we've got the Fuji Heavy Industries plate, for that is the parent company. Overhead valve engine, so we've got no timing belt to worry about. The camshaft's just in the middle here somewhere. This one does have a little bit of valve train chatter going on. Those valve clearances may need another look. And yeah, that's an aftermarket klaxon. But look, the original jack, just lovely. Incidentally, the overall weight of the entire vehicle is about 950 kilos, so it comes in under a ton with a 1.8 litre engine. It should go well. Wouldn't it be great if you could cook in the great British outdoors, not with gas, but with electric power? The Jackery V3000 gave us an opportunity to try that when we went camping fairly recently. We've got the solar panel as well, and it was really interesting because first of all, I used this cable to run my entire camper, this unit behind me, off the Jackery unit. And with the solar power plugged in, we could run the electric fridge and actually not lose any power. There was more solar gain than there was power going out. Very, very useful indeed. Even when it clouded over, you were still getting 50 watts of power back in the panel, so it was slowing down the battery use, but the main thing came when we decided to cook with it. So when we started cooking, we were down at about 85% on the battery. It had clouded over a bit, so the fridge had sapped some power. But even though we were running an air fryer for over half an hour and an electric hob, power dropped only to 48%. So we got plenty left for a weekend away. So a really useful unit. And of course you can charge your phone off it as well. So we were doing that as well as powering the fridge in the camper. Really impressed with this bit of kit. And of course we just leave the solar panel out, and the next day it just fires up as the sun fires up and starts charging again. Brilliant. And really powerful unit. It's got 3600 watt max, and even our air fryer was only pulling a maximum of about 1700 watts, and the capacity is 3072 watt hours. So it'll power an air fryer for a couple of hours perhaps, but who's using an air fryer for that long? It was just, yeah, really nice, really convenient to have plenty of power outdoors with us. We can offer you a little discount on this as well if you want one for yourself, with or without the solar panel. So check out the link in the description below. But huge thanks to Jackery for sponsoring this video and powering a truly delicious meal. Well done me, lovely cooking. Thanks Jackery for sponsoring this video. Now back to the Subaru action. So I love the extra lights, very characterful. Big chunky roll bar as well. And here is the load area. So drop down tailgate, and then you've got all the access for your fencing requirements. The original fuel tank is being refurbished, so it's currently running on this temporary tank, which makes me feel like I'm in an episode of Roadkill or Vice Grip Garage at this point. I suppose ideally it should be in the passenger seat. But yeah, very practical, very functional, go anywhere vehicle. There's the Star System Pleiades, which is the badge of Subaru and long has been. So yeah, should be a lot of fun. Let's head inside. And the Starsky & Hutch stripe is not the current owner's doing, or even his preference, but I think it really suits it actually. Fits the shape well. We get the benefit of another Subaru trademark, frameless doors. They don't like having a frame on their windows, it seems. So full wind down window, so you get that complete pillarless look. Look at that. There's just something cool about that, isn't there? And again, we're seeing more evidence of the original beige paint. Inside, we've actually got legacy seats from Tanagoro's Car Dismantlers, my favourite car breakers. There's a very nice, very adjustable upgrade. And we've got some quirky switchgear as well, so let's hop aboard. I'm not sure that would be the appropriate wheel, but I could be wrong. Horn, proper, but then there is a secondary horn fitted as well for reasons. Indicators right, because Japanese, and then we got wiper control on a stalk here, and headlights also on a sort of a rotund stalk here. So we can take through the various settings. I don't know if this lights up, it looks like it should, but sadly not. There's a switch for the spotlights, rear fog light we've got as well, and the binnacle there. And I love this as well, the switch between circulate your air or have fresh air. Fan, temperature, rear defroster we don't have. There is no heated rear window. We've got a lovely Goodman's cassette player. I love the look of that. A bank of additional gauges, just so the owner can keep an eye on things. A little glove box. Oh, cookies. They've been left to make sure I give a good review. And then, oh wow. So there we go, Fuji Heavy Industries Limited, the original owner's manual from 1991. So there you go, how to do your valve clearances. Yeah, it wants the temperature between 20 and 40 degrees. So yeah, lovely proper information. That's really nice. So always good to have the original books, and they've got their own little spot at the top of the glove box there. Look at all the vents. Lots of ventilation going on, and I can confirm good fresh air. There's some accessories have been added for that, yeah, that look. But it did actually begin life on a lord's estate. So the Game Conservancy, that's an original sticker from when it was absolutely brand new. But yeah, the seats are amazing. We've got a funky rear window right behind us with blinds fitted by the look of it, so you don't get a redneck. Yeah, it should be fun. Let's fire her up and annoy the locals, for it is a bit on the loud side. So it's actually telling me the front door is open. That's quite advanced, I think. And the parking brake is on as well. Yeah, there might be some mischief involved under here. It's actually got a cherry bomb fitted to the exhaust, so it does sound quite meaty, shall we say. So it should be a nice drive. But it hasn't been tuned or anything, it just makes nice noises. Right, let's get you in the mount. Go down the road. Wipers. Yeah, it's not a terrible wiping performance, but good overlap, no triangle of doom. But it's not superb either. It's a very 70s wiper pattern, I'll say. So even though this was launched in 1981, very much an evolution of what went before. Got a gear selector down here. We're currently in front wheel drive. There's four-wheel drive high and four-wheel drive low, but there's no center diff, so you can't use that on the road. Later Subarus had switchable electronic four-wheel drive. This does not. It is proper old school. So moving away. It makes silly Subaru noises, but with the valve chatter you just don't get in the overhead cam versions. But yeah, beautiful part of Wales here. We're not far from Corris, and there was a lot of industry here, so old mines. We're just about to drive over some old railway tracks, so where the coal wagons would have gone back and forth. It's not my blue smoke, that is indeed a fire. But yeah, this car feels very at home on the roads around here. It's only a 4-speed gearbox though, and I'm told that 50 is getting a bit noisy and 60 is, oh come on now, that's a bit too much. But yeah, it certainly seems eager. I'm not really having to trouble the throttle pedal very much at all, and we're definitely picking speed up. Unsuitable for caravans. Let's hope we don't meet one then. Yeah, this one is a bit of a hooligan wagon, I must admit, with that noise. But it's not as overbearing as some flat fours with the sporty exhaust I've driven. I have painful memories of driving an Impreza around the Netherlands where 50 miles an hour was boom town. It was not nice. But what really strikes me is this is a utility vehicle effectively. You know, you can put a fair bit of weight in the back of them. I will find out the exact figure. But it's really comfortable. The ride is really, really good. It's actually really compliant. I've driven many Japanese passenger cars that don't ride as well as this. Steering's unassisted, does need a fair bit of twirling. It's fairly low geared, but this is exactly the sort of terrain these would have been operating in. And going up to your farms, up the farm track, that selectable four-wheel drive, and you start struggling a bit for traction. It was why they were so popular here. They were everywhere, and it's just rust that it means they've mostly disappeared, despite the best attempts of my friend Brevon, who owns several of them. And suitable for motor vehicles. Oh, perfect. This isn't just any motor vehicle though, this is a Subaru. Oh, that clutch is feeling a little soft. So it's a good job we haven't got any more power. Like I say, I'm driving a car that isn't complete really. He's just made that classic mistake of getting it back on the road, and then you can start driving it and enjoying it, and suddenly you lose momentum about sorting all the other stuff out. This is nice, it's got that classic Subaru noise, but yeah, it isn't overbearing and you haven't got the ridiculous amounts of performance. I couldn't enjoy a turbo along this road, I just haven't got the sight lines. Oh, it does pull really well. Good torquey engine as well. We're not having to wring its neck. It's got meat right in the middle of the rev range. Also, I may have to close the window because I'm starting to get exhaust fumes inside. But then you can't hear the noise. Oh, this is no good. I'm starting to feel like Colin McRae, and that didn't end well. Quite often. He put many cars in the scenery, did Mr. McRae. Whoa! Feels like the tracking might be off slightly. Oh, this is great. I've wanted to drive one of these for a very long time. It's so nice to have finally achieved that. But yeah, good visibility, nice comfortable suspension. These seats are really nice. The original ones weren't the most luxurious in terms of padding. But one fun fact that some of you will already know, I'm sure. When the BRAT was sold in America, they had a pair of plastic rear seats in the load area, and that was so it would count as a passenger car and so not be subject to commercial vehicle tax rates. All very clever, but also quite dangerous. Those seats really were not designed to be used in anger. Oh, listen to that first gear noise. Sorry, Buzzard. Subaru's always very mechanical cars. I know every car is mechanical, but you can hear and feel the mechanical components. The gearbox, very notchy. You can definitely feel the gears going in. And a bit of transmission noise is something you do get in Subarus. So yeah, unfortunately, Subaru just didn't replace this car. When it went out of production, that was it. I guess the role was eventually filled by the Proton Jumbuck, which was a pickup version of the Persona itself, a Mitsubishi Lancer really, but never really had what it took because they were never four-wheel drive. These views are just epic. My gosh. You can mostly see interior mirror, I'm very sorry. I'll tell you something that perhaps does surprise me. It's just how well this engine pulls at very low revs. It's exceedingly well mannered. I'm going to try and find some faster roads where we might see what the gearing's like. I'm told it is a bit short, so but look at this, 20 mile an hour third gear. Now that's third gear on a 4-speed gearbox. The ratios are quite far apart. So third is probably a bit taller than third on a 5-speed gearbox would be. Well, it feels quite comfortable at 60, but my heck, there's some mechanical noise. He did say he thinks a bearing or something has gone at the back, or he's going, and he's not wrong. There's a bit of a vibration. You can't really hear the engines, and there's no rev counter, so you have no idea what revs it's doing. But it does actually feel quite comfortable, but can you imagine the long drive up to Scotland? And again, bit of wind noise because of the frameless doors, always a downside. But yeah, it doesn't feel as home here as it did on those entertaining lanes. Well, there you go. What a lot of fun, and what a lovely part of the world to be testing it, but a couple of cows in the shed behind us feels like an appropriate backdrop for what would have been a working vehicle, and a very popular one back in the day. Huge thanks to David for letting me drive this example before it's finished, and yeah, I loved it. I don't really care what state it's in. That's a lot of fun, and sounds really nice. I just can't resist those flat 4 engines. Oh, wonderful. So yeah, huge thanks for watching. Don't forget you can head to the Hubnut store and buy lovely merchandise, and we'll see you in a future video. Farewell. Oh, I didn't notice that. Look, when I go out of 4-wheel drive, it loses the wheels on the car. You put it in 4-wheel drive. Oh, that is neat. Oh, I like that. When shift the select lever, use clutch pedal while driving straight. Do not keep the lever between high and low. Oh, there we are.